Hey guys, welcome back. What I wanted to do today was kind of give you an overview of what our current TSW universe mode looks like. Now, I know that we did a lot of big changes, lots of big changes. So I thought it was only fair if we came in here right now and look at what that exactly looks like. I know we said the words on this past Thursday night outbreak, but right now we're going to get into it. So let's get started. Okay, so here's how it looks on a calendar. Like I said, we're going to have the three main shows. We're going to have Monday Night Meltdown, we're going to have Wednesday Night Raw, we're going to have Friday Night SmackDown. Those are going to be the three that we see. NXT Thursday Night Outbreak and the TSW Saturday Night Shotgun Show is still it's going to be happening in the background. That's where we're going to do our testing and do our stuff. Um, and those are going to kind of be like our feeders. But Monday Night Meltdown is now going to be the TSW brand. Just like you have the Raw brand, you have the SmackDown brand, how it goes right now. But now we're going to have three brands and we're going to have three shows. So, in order to do this, we're also going to have to expand our seasons from 22 episodes to 33 episodes, roughly 11 episodes per show. And plus, you have pay per views in there too. So, that's kind of how that looks. I wanted to show it to you on the calendar first before we get into this next part. Now, in this next part is going to be how the title structure is set up. So, as you can see here, every show is going to have their world title. This is the TSW brand. This is how it's going to be set up. You have your men's world championship. You have your men's tag team championship. Your women's world championship. Women's world tag team championship. And then you have that next belt. And this is why they're going to be called the Triple Crown. So you have the Triple Crown European Championship. It's kind of like your Intercontinental belt. Well, it's not kind of, it is. It's exactly like your Intercontinental belt on Raw, which we're going to see, or your U.S. title on SmackDown. So this is the hierarchy of championships. Then you also have in the TSW brand is where they're going to have the men's light heavyweight championship. And this is what's going to be a little bit tougher. These kind of championships, the light heavyweight championship, the TV championship, um, the hardcore championship, they're going to have to be fought across all three shows. So don't exactly know how we're going to do the rules on that. But your European Championship, U.S. Championship, Intercontinental Championships, they will only be fought on their brand shows. And this is what the Raw Championships look like. You have your Raw World Championship, your Raw Tag Team Championship, your Raw Women's Championship, and your Women's Tag Team Championships. And then, like I said, you have the Intercontinental Belt. Here you have the television title belt, which is going to have to be fought across all three shows. Otherwise, you have way too many titles. So we don't want to do that. And our women's intercontinental title. You have the world title SmackDown, SmackDown Men's Championship, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Women's Champion, the Women's Tag Team, United States Hardcore, and then the Women's United States Championship. Now, part of this too is we have to have an overflow because this is where we get into what the Universal Championships look like. So we house them on this program, but we have the men's, the women's, the men's tag, and then the women's tag. And then we're going to have the Money in the Bank is going to be set up for the men's and and the women's. So Money in the Bank briefcases are actually working again. So fingers crossed that that stays that way. Um, and then the women's extreme light heavyweight, we had to house them somewhere because you can only fit 7 per slot. So that's kind of the overview of if you were wondering how you like how do I set up my universe mode is one thing, or how this particular with all the changes we made, how it's going to move forward. Because remember, we only had Monday Night Meltdown, Thursday Night Outbreak, and the other 4 shows were all TSW brand shows. So with us merging in now with the WWE superstars, and then the other thing is um, we're just going to take all the superstars at their best. So, like your Bret Harts and your Stone Colds, Undertakers, Kane, like people like that. They're all going to be in there. Triple H, because we want those kind of wrestlers in there too. But we don't want to go too crazy. So, like you can see, as a for instance, it's saying 73 participants for SmackDown. That's men and women, but some of them are in there. Um, Some of them are in there like this. Don't know. This is going to be the fluid part, like who is included on Raw, who is included on SmackDown. We're going to have it set up so that the wrestlers are only included in their one big show. So they're only going to be on the one show. The pay-per-views are going to be set up, uh, probably brand specific. So there's that, but that's going to be a little bit more fluid as we get everything established over these next. Because right now we have some champions that I don't think are going to be on their current shows. They're going to be spread out a little bit more. Just some of your different tag teams. Some of them are like very straightforward, like the Bloodline, for instance, the Brothers of Destruction, Damage Control. Even though we can't get the game to say Damage Control, some of them are little or not so entwined or correct. Some of them may or may not be here. The Hurt Business, for instance, Booker T, not really in the Hurt Business, but I thought it'd be a fun little thing to at least start out on that. Don't know if we're going to include Imperium. The New Day, putting Big E back in the New Day. The New World Order with having Randy Savage in it. The OC. The Order. Putting Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio back together. The Steiner family, even though they won't announce them as the family. The Suicide Blondes, having Trish Stratus in that. I like that one, the tough guys. The Corporation, how's that going to work out? And right now you can see there's only one, and that's the men's version of the Corporation. Do it just to give you a quick idea and overview so that moving forward you kind of know how it's working, kind of the direction we're going in. Now, all that stuff is subject to change. The way it's set up, as far as where the shows are at, how we're going to do the shows, that isn't. Clash of the Champions, probably not our next pay per view. I haven't got to go through and set up the next pay per views. But um, regardless of that, but everything's still going to kind of be fluid, and it's going to depend on, you guys know how we do this. Depends on how the wrestlers win out their matches and how that all goes. While we write the storylines, we can't predict who's going to win all the matches. So we can't predict when we have a bigger idea. We know where we're going. but the fun of it is how we get there. So we don't know how we do that. But guys, if you're brand new to this channel, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. And I know everybody says that, but what I want to tell you is it's free. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a dime. Go ahead, boop, 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 hit the buttons, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.